Hello, beautiful people. This is John. Welcome back. This is now episode 2. JohnRamboPresents Presents The Show. With me, as always, a man that needs no introduction. A legendary man. Is your ego high enough now?
Almost, but I'll settle.
Man, OJ is here, ladies and gentlemen.
Good day to you.
How are you doing, John?
I'm doing quite all right.
How's your week been?
Very busy. Very busy.
Did you get arrested this week like last week?
No. I managed to get away this time.
Okay, no arrests, nothing crazy going on.
Nah, I mean, once I got out of the garbage can, we were fine.
All right, so this is what we always kind of do. We kind of review what we did last week or the past week. So last Friday was the debut episode of the show. It was well received, I would say. It performed much better than I had ever hoped or imagined it would. I think it was like 7,000 or 8,000 views on it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things came out of this, though. A lot of people said, well, this should be a podcast. I want to download this thing so I can listen to it while I go scootering or swimming or jumping out of planes, things like that. So I think we did talk about it at the end of the last week's show, but it was like, I don't know if people got that far because it was like an hour and a half into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the plan is to put this up for download, and maybe you want to shed some more light on this situation. OJ.
All right. Well, I mean, I bought a domain and a site that I'm going to use for my very small and silly little, of all things, candle business. But I figure if the host works, I'm going to try and host our episodes of the show up on there. More details are going to come as if I get it working, and if so, I'm sure John will let you guys know in his videos and featured sections and comments and stuff.
Yeah, but if you want to keep it all in-house, we could go the iTunes route or this other stuff. But it'd be cool to keep it all in-house, keep it all in the family.
That would be nice.
And just a brief side note, just to get completely off track, you're making candles right now because you're going to New York Comic Con next month to sell candles.
Yes.
And these are like video game and like comic-themed candles you're making.
Yeah, most of them.
You're going to have a booth at Comic-Con. Me
Yeah.
and Phil will be there on Saturday. I think it's the 15th we'll be there hanging out. So if you want to come meet OJ,
I'll be there all weekend.
this is your opportunity, your golden opportunities. These things don't come around,
No.
all the time.
I'll let you
So,
know. Yeah.
All right, what, are you saying something?
Just letting you know, I'm sharing a booth with a friend of mine, so you'll get to see me and one of my crazy friends if you stop by. We're going to be in the New York Anime Fest's Artists Alley section.
Okay, so we'll have more about that as we get closer to the date. It's like a couple weeks off. I mean, we'll do like some sort of show based on that or something. I don't know, something.
Figure something out. It'll be exciting.
I don't know. So get back on track. Last week was the first episode. Some people said it was too long. The show was too long. Some people said it was the perfect length. There was one guy saying that we should do it multiple times a week. There's like all kinds of different opinions going on there. The bottom line is we're just gonna basically do whatever we want. Whoa, chill, dude. What the hell is that?
Nothing. I'm not evil. Don't go on. Don't mind me.
Like you're a kid and kids have like dreams of what they want to be when they grow up, and some kids want to be firemen and some want to be whatever.
Podiatrists.
Porn stars, whatever. My dream is always to get up every day and just do whatever I want. So that's kind of how I run the channel. We do whatever kind of videos we want. We make them as long as we want. And, it's totally up to the viewer to decide if they want to participate in watching or listening or whatever. So with that being said, we talked about this. There's going to be times where the show's maybe not that long if we don't have a lot to talk about. There might be times where it's very long if we got, a lot to say. So, we're not doing this for cash. We're not doing this for fortune or fame. We're doing it because it's a good time.
Yeah.
And I think we would still, even if like only 100 people or even less listen to it, we'd probably still do it. So it's more for kicks. I'm not on YouTube for making money or anything like that. It's all for kicks, man. And I'd rather have like 2,000 views on like Escaluda 2 than like 150,000 views on like Halo or something or Call of Duty. So we do what we want to do. It's going to be Sometimes long, sometimes not as long.
Is a
Do you,
mystery.
do you have anything to add about this?
I think you pretty much said it as well as it could be said.
Did I hit the home run?
Oh, don't no baseball right now. I'm sad.
Okay. So,
Sorry.
in any case, most people had really good things to say in the comments, and let's kind of jump into some of the comments here. If you would like to read some of the comments, OJ,
Okay.
which is your new name given to you
Yes,
by the people.
and I love it. I will relish it for the rest of my days.
Okay.
All right. So, well, you want to do the first one, John?
Sure.
Thanks.
This gentleman by the name of Smythe.
It looks like Smeescythe?
Smeescythe.
I don't know.
People need to have more normal names, like Bob Jones. That's a good name to have on YouTube, or things that are easy to pronounce. But this guy, he says, I like how John has a deep, badass voice, and OJ has a young, clear voice. Good combination.
I wasn't aware my voice was that clear.
Do you feel that you have a young, clear voice?
Well, if I have a young, clear voice, it's because I don't have I don't know, man. I'm not so...
Voice is clear because you have a nice microphone.
Yeah, that's probably the case. Yeah.
And you sound young because you haven't been through the torment that I have being on YouTube, dealing with all the trolls.
That's a good point.
It just ages you.
Well, I'd say you're considerably more experienced in this arena at the very least. So,
Yes.
and I'm only 2 years younger than you.
I think Street Fighter aged me. Traveling over the years, while the tournaments put too many miles on me.
Oh man.
The retirement home.
Wow.
But I like how he says I'm a badass when 95% of the time I'm talking about games or comics or something like that. But yeah, it's a great compliment. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy about what they said about me too.
You take the next one because I don't feel like reading this guy's name.
Oh, okay. Dude, I do not know why. Usually when I do homework, I can do it, but not enjoy it. But when I hear the voices of John and OJ, I really enjoy doing work and listening to these guys. These guys are amazing. I mean, they are so entertaining. In the length of the video, I finished the work I had to, plus more, so I enjoyed myself, and now I can enjoy my weekend. Though this is an odd comment, but your entertainment is just amazing. This is from YMA 078607860786.
All right.
Aw.
Yeah, this is why we're doing. This is the main reason why we're doing this, to educate the youth, and to make sure people are doing their homework. That's the main purpose of these audios.
Yeah, you don't have to focus on anything visually. You can just get straight into your history textbook.
We're saving the youth of America. That's what
Yes.
it's all about.
One listener at a time.
All right, what's the next comment?
Hey, John, enable ads in these types of videos, man. From Tilatoanizcoatl.
This guy's cool. I wish I knew how to say his name because he posts on a lot of stuff. He's a cool guy. So he says, why don't you enable ads on the videos? I do enable ads I did enable ads on the video last week. YouTube never put ads on it. So like you basically tell them to put ads on it and then they do it. They never did it. Okay? So then 6 hours go by and they send me an email saying, we're not sure if the content in this video is copyright or not. You have to prove that you own everything in this video. You have to send us an email. So So I'm like, what could they possibly think is copyright material in this video? It's like audio, with two pictures.
And some dude listened to it for an hour and a half just to figure that out?
It's all robots, I think. But I basically had to write up, this is my own voice, or, this is content I created, this is my own voice, and I sent links to thekingofhate.com, which is where some of the photos came from, I guess. There was, fan-made photos and stuff.
Yeah.
So then I send that into them, and then 12 hours later, then they put ads on. It's like the next day. But again, it's not a big deal. We're not doing this for cash and stuff. But that's pretty much why I did enable the ads. Just the folly of YouTube as usual. So what we got next?
All right.
You gotta do your movie guy voice for this one.
Okay, well, there's going to be a few bleeps, but... A man who was forced to quit his job at GameStop. This hero uses his YouTube channel to fight corporate crime. Hey, James Bond, Mother Zicker, get out of my face! John Rambo, played by Tom Cruise. The GameStop manager, played by Christopher Walken. James Bond, Mother Zucker, played by Daniel Craig. Sony Pictures presents GameStop. Screw the Players, coming to your local theater near you summer of 2013 by Ronan Hall 1970.
This is what we talked about last week with the John Rambo movie. So I like how he has Daniel Craig playing the James Bond motherfucker because he is James Bond.
Yeah.
That'd be quite interesting. He has Tom Cruise playing me. I'd rather Tom Hanks play me. I think that'd be better.
A little bit less crazy.
But there's a comment by Zato2009. Right after that, he says, Adrian Brody for John Rambo the movie. Because I saw like a lot of people thumb this up. Because I guess they're like, oh, Adrian Brody's got a big nose like John Rambo. So, haha, it's very funny. That's what they were going with that.
Sigh.
But yeah, it's pretty funny though. I mean, look, it is what it is, and I wouldn't change myself, for anybody. There's a lot of comments about it. It's either that or take your hat off.
Don't ever change, man.
Well, I try every day, but it just doesn't work out. Comments that bother me is like sometimes people say like I'm Jewish. Is John Jewish? And that's like a borderline racist comment, isn't it?
It's at the very least racially insensitive.
But I'm not Jewish. I'm 100% Sicilian, actually. That is my background heritage.
I'm only a quarter Sicilian, so you're way more awesome than I am.
You're a quarter Sicilian, quarter
Italian,
mainland Italian, and then
an
Irish.
Quarter Irish, and then my dad keeps mixing this up. He says an eighth French Canadian, an eighth German, or an eighth French people who moved to Canada, or he that part always gets mixed up, but
nobody knows.
It is a mystery.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I live in a pretty diverse area of New York where people, everyone kind of is different nationality.
Well, if you get into the city, yeah.
Well, and everyone kind of looks different and stuff. So I'm not walking around. I don't think I look too weird.
No, you don't look weird at all.
I hope not. I mean, who knows? But I guess there's some of the viewers like out in wherever, man. Everyone's kind of like the same version of a white person or whatever. Maybe I look strange or whatever. But I don't hear any ladies complaining. That's all I got to say. So getting back on track, the John Rambo the movie. Who would play you, John?
Oh gosh, that's a hard question.
How about Jonah Hill?
Jonah Hill? That could work, but I think he just lost like 10,000 pounds, so.
I think Seth Rogen could play you.
Yeah, he also lost too many pounds.
It would have to be like a powerhouse performance from someone.
They'd have to try really hard.
It would have to be like an Academy Award winning shit to pull you off.
I'm just imagining like someone trying to be a method actor trying to be me. Like, this is what was really bad. Okay, slight sidetrack, but this happened 2 nights ago. Yes. So I'm hanging out with some friends of mine. Normally we play D&D on Tuesday. These are guys that I met through a friend who we play D&D on Tuesdays. Yeah, I know, nerdy, blah, blah, blah. But D&D was canceled that week because the Dungeon Master was missing, whatever. So we were playing Magic. And I'm sitting there playing, and then, I don't know, for some reason when we're doing something really competitive, sometimes I get a little bit silly. And one of the guys turns to me and says, wait a second. You're not being in character when you're that crazy when we're at the game. That's just you, isn't it? And I just kind of sighed and face-palmed.
He was afraid, wasn't he?
A little bit, yeah.
All right, so we're taking a crazy amount of time again, so let's just kind of pump through these.
All right.
This guy, HAZZ3R I HAZZ3R.
I thought it was I HAZZ3R I. Maybe they're a Metal Slug fan. I don't know.
He's the dude that made the show logo, and he makes a lot of the logos for me.
Oh, nice. Well, thank you.
He's an awesome guy. He's from England, I believe. He's a fine gentleman. Someday I will go out there and I'll stay at his house for free. We didn't talk about this. I'm just making it up. I'm imposing this on him. But he says, hey, John, just so you know, Disney Universe is not a Kinect game. It's a co-op top-down platformer similar to Marvel Ultimate Alliance set in Disney Universe. It actually looks quite fun. So I didn't know that. We went through all the games last week. I thought that was a Kinect game for some reason. But if that's the case, it sounds cool. I'll definitely try it out. You're going to have to read this because I don't know how to read this words and stuff.
Okay. OJ, what do you think about the new Innistrad release? I'm only asking because at the last convention you went with Rambo and DSP, I saw that you were a Magic player. Do you think the two-sided cards was a good idea or just a money-making ploy? Keep up the good work, guys. Rambo rules.
Yes.
in Nighthawk. I don't know. I haven't gotten a chance to play Innistrad yet. I've been super busy, but just the thought that there's cards that either require you to A, buy sleeves to put the cards in so you can't see the back, or B, want you to buy more packs so that maybe in the pack you'll get one of the checklists that have the blank background down there that you can put in instead. It just strikes me as, I mean, it might be fun, but it feels like it's breaking the game too much. I mean, you're playing a card game. Cards have one side. You put the stuff on that side. You put the back on the other side. You don't play poker with two-sided aces. I would love to see you go to a casino and try it. So it might be fun. I'll know in a couple, maybe about a month or so. Maybe play Magic while I'm sitting at the booth. But I'm a little leery. And yes, Rambo rules.
All right, so now that we've lost most of the listeners, we'll continue.
Sorry for nerding out too much, guys.
That's okay. So, continuing on with last week, I'm going to go through this quickly. That was on last Friday. It was the show episode 1. On Saturday, there was Smart Guys. Got together with DSP. Smart Guys, the pro wrestling show. Smart Guys will return in 2 days on Saturday once again. We will actually be covering for the first time Ring of Honor Wrestling. It was their debut TV show this week, which you can actually watch right now for free on their website. It's rohwrestling.com. So if you want to keep up with what we'll be talking about, definitely check that out. We did Rise of Nightmares. That is on the DSP Gaming channel. We actually did a review as well, a video review, where I scored the game a 5.89 out of 10.
Ooh.
I don't really like doing number scores for reviews. I don't know. I don't think it's a good system. What do you think about this?
If I were doing reviews, it would probably be like, I give Running Through the Park 64 3.2 kumquats out of a banana.
Well, that's actually a worse system that you came up with, but I don't know. There's got to be a better way. I like, there's a website I go to, cheapassgamer.com.
Oh, yeah.
They do they give like a monetary value to the game. So they'll be like, this game is worth this much.
That's actually...
Like the retail price is 60, which is actually worth like 25.
Huh.
I don't know. I think that kind of works out in some ways.
I mean, well, it's tough to really quantify or qualify, like...
It's stupid, man.
Yeah, you can't really... the worst are where it's out of 5, because then you've basically got terrible, still pretty terrible, this could be anything, pretty good, and best game ever. Then
you had Siskel and Ebert, man, where they did like thumbs up or thumbs down. What the hell is that?
I enjoyed the first 1 hour and 37 minutes of the movie, but the last 3, I didn't like the ending. Thumbs down.
Doesn't really tell you anything. It's like,
yeah.
Is it original? Is it good? I don't know. So anyway, that's that. We also did Gears of War 3. We did the Beast Mode.
Oh?
Which was pretty fun. It's probably it for me with Gears of War. I think I've had enough.
Wasn't it a trilogy?
It's a trilogy, yeah, but I think I had played enough. It's a fun game. It's good. Last Sunday, I did Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. Footage was uploaded to the channel. Archived stream footage is what I always put up every Sunday. I got more coming. What I would love for you guys to do, would make me very happy, more so than anything else. We have a forum at don'tblowthis.com/forum. I'm the admin on the forum. It's a great place to go. Talk about games, talk about fighting games, whatever you want, general discussion. Do you remember when, like, forums were like the hottest thing on the internet? It was like 10 years ago. And then people don't like them anymore because they got overrun by trolls and all kinds of crap.
Well, they've got somewhat forum-esque things like Reddit and Dig and whatnot going on now, too.
Kind of killed it.
It's not dead, but it's not anywhere near as popular as it used to be. We
have a great forum. I'm the admin. I don't let any nonsense go on. I don't let any bots in there, trolls and all that stuff. It's nice and clean. Everyone has a great time. So I'd love for you guys to join and make some threads about whatever you want it to be.
Come say hi.
That goes for you too, OJ. I don't see you on there.
I'll get there.
So it's don'tblowthis.com/forum. Please join. It'd make me very happy. And then on Monday, I began uploading the epic direct capture footage, Donkey Kong Country 2, playing with my friend Kevin.
Oh man, Kevin is cool.
This game is very hard, man.
I believe it.
Did you ever play Donkey Kong Country 2?
Poorly.
This is the first time we ever played this game.
Wow.
And when we jump into the comments, because it's fitting, the first one that we got.
All right.
Do you see another?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, why don't you read that?
You guys kind of stink at this game. By Freddie Bowsley.
Well, what he actually said was you guys kind of suck at this game.
Oh, sorry. That's another one of the quirks.
I like how he says you kind of suck. How could you kind of suck?
Well, maybe there's a little bit of suction, but not quite enough.
It's like saying someone's kind of dead. It's like you either are or you're not. You know. Here's the deal: like neither one of us ever played before, and we've been playing all these newer games. And you go back to the old ones. It's like, oh, you actually have to know how to play. You actually have to have reflexes and some skill.
What do you mean no tutorial? What?
Yeah, no tutorial, nothing like that. But we are only like halfway done with the game, so when we get back together, I think like some people sent me things. The animals have like special moves, but I had no idea even because I only played the first game, So now we have a better idea of how to play. And the last comment, I don't know if you want to do this. You got to do it justice if you do it.
All right, I'll do my best.
You have to do your best. Okay, go ahead.
All right, and by the way, your mic's a little loose.
Was it moving around?
No, it was going crackly, but all right, here we go. But it'll sound good on your side. Don't worry.
Okay.
But this won't. I don't always watch playthroughs, but when I do, I prefer John Rambo. Stay ballsy, my friends. By Knuckles Echidna 89.
That's one of my favorite comments I ever got. It's just so good.
Well, the most interesting man in the world, I'll take it.
I don't always watch playthroughs, but when I do, I prefer John Rambo. Stay ballsy, my friends.
Yeah, you should have totally done that, man. Why'd you have me do it?
I wanted us both to do it because it's just fun to do.
You are the master, dude. That's well, it's a good quote, and I think it's very. I would be flattered if I were you.
Sweet. Okay, so moving on. We're gonna move on here. That was last week.
Bye-bye.
What time are we at? 30 minutes. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, so last Tuesday I spent a bunch of money. We're going to kind of get into what I spent that money on. Oh, you okay? You still got that cold?
Yeah, I'm recovering.
All right. So, first thing, last Tuesday was the 20th anniversary of Nirvana's Nevermind. The amazing album. It's world-changing music when that came out. Totally changed everything. There really hasn't been an act like that pretty much since then,
Yeah, nobody.
So I wanted to get that. So I go to the store, I go to Best Buy. And first of all, Best Buy is the only store I can go to buy CDs, which I've just realized.
Did that little store up in on Federal Road close too?
I believe so, yes.
Oh.
But I haven't actually bought a CD in so long. I've been downloading. I don't steal them. I actually buy them like off Amazon or whatever.
Oh yeah, Amazon's got good stuff.
But I wanted to actually get the actual CD because it's the 20th anniversary CD. And so I had to go to Best Buy. Do you remember when there was a shopping center? It was like the best shopping center. It was a beast of a shopping center. It had Funkoland, and right next to that was Volt Music.
Oh yeah. Then they had the Discovery Zone and Boston Billiards.
It was the beast of a shopping center, man. And Volt was great. They had like all kinds of bootlegs. I think it got shut down for that. They had like bootleg albums and like bootleg tapes of concerts and stuff.
So that's where it went. They had concerts out in the back in the parking lot every now and then too.
I think the Funkoland is a Cold Stone, and the Funkoland's a GameStop, and the Volt is a Cold Stone.
And I think the Discovery Zone is a puppy store. And I don't remember what happened to Boston Billiards.
That's a furniture store now.
Oh, the puppy store is gone?
Boston Billiards is Chuck E. Cheese.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not.
That's not necessarily a bad trade.
But that's how far things have fallen. So I went to Best Buy to get the CD, and there was like 10 different versions of it. You had one that was $115, and I did not get that because I don't have the money, and I just feel like that's very un-Nirvana-like to have a $115 album.
Kurt Cobain was totally in it for the money. The music didn't mean anything to him. He just wanted to make a quick buck.
Well, somebody's getting paid. Then they had Nevermind. They had the original album remastered. And then they had another version of it which has a second disc included. It's the deluxe edition.
Nice.
That has like various stuff on it. And so I got the deluxe edition, Nevermind. Then they had a live DVD, which is Live at the Paramount, which is from 20 years ago as well. They had the Blu-ray, and then right next to it was Live at the Paramount in like a jewel case, right? That's what you call those?
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, all right, that's the Blu-ray and that's the CD. So I buy both of them, and then it turns out that the jewel case thing is just the DVD in like the weirdest case I ever saw. It was in like a CD case, but it's actually a DVD. So now I have the Blu-ray and the DVD, which I don't need both of.
Oh, did you end up opening it?
I did open it. I got home and I ripped everything open, and then I was like, oh shit.
Oh.
But really enjoyed the deluxe edition. Nevermind. It's really great. It was like $20. Definitely worth the money. The second disc has boombox recordings, which is like when they practiced, they had an actual boombox. This is how people used to record things for you kids out there. You'd have a boombox and you put a tape in it and you push record and it would pick up like the mic noise. So there's boombox recordings. It's really cool. There's a great rendition of Something in the Way, which is a really good song.
Oh.
So I really recommend it. I've been a fan for a long time. 20-year anniversary, so happy 20 years to Nevermind.
Yeah.
So that's that. That's the band that really got me into music too. I like at a young age, like I heard Nirvana, and I was like, I want to play guitar. And then it was kind of like my gateway into music because I started like digging backwards, and then you got into all this, like the Pixies, and then further back like the Ramones and Sex Pistols, and even further back you like Zeppelin and the Doors and all that stuff. So Hendrix, and so
I still like Pink Floyd.
Pink Floyd's cool too, man. We'll have to do a music episode one day.
Okay.
So that's my spiel on Nevermind. I got that. And the second thing I got, I think you'll appreciate this.
Oh.
X-Men Destiny for the Xbox 360.
Oh, it's out already, right?
It's out already, John.
How is it?
In less than a 24-hour period, I purchased the game, beat the game, and listed it on eBay.
It was that good.
It was that good, yeah. So I get this game. It's insane. It's a step backwards from Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2, which was a step backwards from the first game.
Legends.
Well, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1, and then
yeah.
2 was a step back from that, and this was like a step back from that game. And the Legends games are better, which is insane.
Yeah, I mean, you have to sit there for 10 minutes shuffling through your inventory when you fill it up just to pick up that awesome item on the ground, but aside from that, It was a very much better game.
I knew this game was bad from the moment I put it in the Xbox, because the menu takes place. You have like the menu, right? Like press start, whatever.
Yeah.
The background is like this rally, because the storyline is that Bastion killed Professor X, and now everything's all messed up. The humans hate the mutants hate the humans. So they're having like this peace rally, and there's like protesters. So you hear a guy yell, and he goes, "The mutants took all the jobs!"
Oh.
So that's the first thing I heard when I put this in. The mutants took all the jobs. What is that?
I mean, yeah, there's a ton of blue people running around at the supermarket, pushing carts.
The game, you basically choose a character, 3 different characters. They're not X-Men. You got it. Like the idea is cool because it's an X-Men game, but you don't play as any of the known characters, and you don't play as like a team. You don't play in the team of guys.
But the whole X-Men thing's about being a team, though. But go on.
And you make choices like if you want to lean towards the Brotherhood, lean towards the X-Men. But it just doesn't work.
Falls apart.
Yeah, it's you just do the same stuff. The choices you make have no impact on anything. Like it has a meter and you swing one way or the other, right?
Yeah.
It has a meter and it shows like if you're swinging towards the Brotherhood, if you're swinging towards the X-Men. It doesn't really matter what you do. Like it doesn't change the game. And then it gets to a point where you just choose outright anyway. 75% of the way in, it's like, which side do you choose? And then it doesn't matter what you do before that. That'll be like your answer.
That's it. It just gives it to you.
Yeah, and there's like a point where early on where like you're making like these little stupid just decisions, and you're talking to Cyclops, and he's like, "Well, what do you think about the X-Men?" And your choices are, number one, the X-Men are awesome. Number two, the Brotherhood rules.
Wait, that's it?
Those are your two choices that you can tell Cyclops.
Uh,
Um, so it's really, ugh. I had some fun with it. I can't like totally destroy it. If you look at it as kind of like an arcade game, almost like a Final Fight or like a Streets of Rage, where you're just kind of going through beating stuff up. It's kind of cool. It has like this thing with the powers. Like you would like choose which mutant abilities you want to get as
oh,
you go up.
weird.
And then you could like wear costumes of the other characters, which affects those abilities. So you'd be like, oh, I want to be a projectile dude, but I want to wear Colossus's suit. And then you can have like a dash. You have like Quicksilver's dash, Magneto's hover, and then like it all like kind of does stuff.
Huh.
But you get to a point where like the powers that you have like make no sense.
Like what?
Because I have like, for instance, I had like Toad's ability with Magneto's hover, with a Juggernaut like strength, and then like White Queen's outfit.
Well, so you were naked.
It was like what the? It was like I was basically Superman. It made no sense like the powers that you put together.
No.
So that was kind of cool, but the game is under 5 hours long.
You're kidding.
It's under 5 hours long, dude. And it shows the X-Men side. So I'm like, all right, I want to do a playthrough as a Brotherhood guy. I want to choose a different character, right? But if you go to choose another character, you can't carry over all your experience. Only if you stay with the same guy. You get what I'm saying here?
Yeah, so it's like, oh, who wants to start from scratch?
Right, so the game like encourages you, like it wants you to play it multiple times, obviously, because there's like different abilities you can choose, different ways to play. But you have to stay with the same guy if you want to keep your previous experience.
That's not really encouraging.
And it's kind of funny about games that are not good, how they just continuously shoot themselves in the foot.
Like they were so close. They could have tried.
No, like not only is like the game not great to begin with, but just like little things they got wrong too, and like stuff like that just totally ruins it.
No.
So I would love to see you play this game and get your opinion on it, because it's insane. Cyclops is actually, this is like the best portrayal of Cyclops I've seen. Like they made him a total badass.
Because he is?
Like he's in the game. You don't get to play as him obviously, but he does like cool stuff. Like he climbs a Sentinel and like blows its head off.
Yeah, that's how he rolls.
He climbs a Sentinel, stands on its head, and shoots across to another Sentinel to destroy it.
See, I wish he did more stuff like that. Like in the comics I've read, the most recent comics I've read, he basically just is stuck in the sidelines telling people what to do.
Right.
Then if he stepped outside, he'd just blow it half to pieces.
So I don't want to give it a number score, but I'll just say that my score is that in probably 15 hours, I was able to drive to the store, buy the game, beat it, and list it on eBay. That is my score.
I think that's a much better rating system than
That's a perfect rating system.
any arbitrary series of numbers.
So I want to ask you a question. What do you think would be the perfect X-Men game? And do you believe it is possible to make a good X-Men game?
I think they've already made good X-Men games. I mean, Legends was awesome. But
I don't think they haven't nailed it, though.
No, I mean, Legends had too much micromanagement, and Ultimate Alliance had not enough character building.
Right. Legends, though, like when it came out, you're like, oh, okay, well, this is the start of something good, and it's going to build to something, and like something really good's going to come out. But actually, like that was the high point, which is sad.
Well, I think my Ultimate X-Men game would probably be. There's a game that had part of it right, which was I can't remember the name. I think it was called Freedom Fighters. It was a PC game that was basically, it played a little bit like it had the same isometric view as Diablo. Basically, you play a group of superheroes. It's basically like a fake Silver Age comic book story. And the main character is the Minuteman, who's basically a little bit like Captain America, except he's dressed as a Minuteman. And they let you build your character, buy powers with points, and build your character exactly how you wanted to. You could buy flying, you could name your attacks, decide how they went. I mean, that would, first of all, just being able to pick your mutant power like that would be great.
Yeah, it should definitely be an RPG, and I think you could make like a 50-hour X-Men game, no problem.
Oh, easily. There's just, I mean, you could just start back at like, just even going through some of the ancient comic plot lines, although they won't be as tacky now.
You could have something where you're like Xavier, or you pick Xavier or Magneto when they're young, and it could be like a totally open world game where you can like go, like you look at almost like Mass Effect, where you look at the map, and it has all the different locations of all like from X-Men. It has like Savage Land, like Genosha, all these different places, and you could go to where you want, and you can like recruit who you want to recruit, almost. Like there's different guys you can recruit to be on your side, and you like build a team, and you kind of like decide what their powers will be, and then like the second half of the game is like you have like missions and fighting and shit like that, or fighting on your side.
Yeah, I mean, it would be funny. They could set you as Xavier, and then you could just say, and then when you're playing through the game, they can just say that, oh, I'm Xavier, I'm watching everything through my eyes, and you can pick whichever character you want to be for that particular mission. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, it should definitely be like a really like they could. There's a great game in there, man. Like it's insane that they haven't been able to do this. And like this is just like a bad effort, man. I mean, there was some fun moments in the game because it's X-Men. Really, we're big X-Men fans, but like this is what you put out?
Are they?
You install my job? I mean, come on, dude. Yeah, so it's just disappointing. Hopefully someone will buy that on eBay. Put it up for like $40.
You know, some dude who's listening is going to find all copies of it.
I don't want to like exploit the whole.
No, situation. Don't. No. I'm saying that someone's gonna like do a search on eBay for $40 for that game that was posted yesterday.
Yeah.
No, I'm not suggesting you do that. I'm just saying, just be prepared.
I don't know. I think the part of the problem is Activision. They're concentrating everything on Call of Duty, and they don't care about the X-Men game.
We need another zombie mode.
Well, I think what it is, it's like they feel that the license just sells the game, and they don't really have to do anything else with it.
Well,
it's got X-Men. Okay, we're already going to sell a certain amount out of the gate, and maybe I'm part of the problem because I buy all this stuff.
Well, if you factor in that you're going to be selling it to someone else, then that's basically you're only half a sale because that dude might have bought it.
The craziest thing about it is the game is not good, but it's far from the worst X-Men game. I played X2 Wolverine's Revenge.
Oh.
That's probably one of the worst games I ever played.
Is that the one that had Mark Hamill doing Wolverine's voice?
I believe so.
Oh, man, Mark Hamill's an awesome guy, but no.
And there's like a fighting game. It's like Dimensions or something. And there's X-Men the movie game, and that was bad.
Well, better than Street Fighter the movie game.
X-Men the Wolverine Origins game is better than this game, so that also should tell you something.
Well, I heard that wasn't too terrible.
No, that's okay. It's like God of War or something. But we'll use this as a nice segue. Last week we wanted to talk about the new DC Universe. Is the relaunch of the DC Comics brand. 52 number one issues. And I guess what I read is they're not totally starting over. It's a soft reboot, which means that some stuff in the past applies now, or I don't know what you've heard about this.
Well, from what I've read, it seems like, well, first of all, it's not like it's 52 issues of, like, look at the origin story of the Green Lantern. Look at the origin story of Superman. They're jumping into this story maybe somewhere in the middle, and you have to kind of, it's kind of sad. You'd think that they wouldn't, because you have to kind of piece together what happened before. I mean, in one of them, you can just, in like one of the comics, you just figure out, oh, the guy's a bum now, and nobody wants to hire him, and he's lost his job as a superhero.
All right, hold on. You're too quick here.
No, I didn't say what it was. We'll get to it later. I'm just saying, they're jumping into pieces in these comics, and you don't know what happened beforehand. You'd think rebooting the universe, you wouldn't want to go too far ahead.
Right. The idea behind this was basically it's going to be totally start over for new fans, can jump right in and understand what's happening. It's too much continuity. I thought it was a cool idea. I think some people were upset about this. I think it was cool. I'd kind of fallen out of comics for probably the last 2 years, and I was like, all right, I'm going to try this out, the new 52. And on top of that, brand new thing for DC, they're doing digital downloads of the comics. They're about $1 more than the publication, and you can download them right to your phone, to your computer, and it's same day new release. So the same day that new release comes out in the store, it's also available online. And I think it's a cool idea because problem for me with comics, I was into comics for probably like 8 years, like heavily.
Yeah.
And I just have boxes and boxes. You know this. 'Cause I give you boxes of stuff all the time.
Oh yeah, I got
Like, I
one
don't want
up there.
this
I
anymore.
still haven't even finished it. Although the Aquaman stuff was pretty interesting.
Like I don't want. I'm like just take this stuff. Like piles up. And what's cool now is like I get all on my phone. I don't have to have physical books. It's not even like the books are worth anything anymore, like they used to be. Like as soon as you buy a comic, it's like tends to be worth less than what you paid for it. There's really no resale market for a lot of this stuff. So I kind of like that digital download stuff. It's sad, you know. I would love to go to the store, but the closest store to me is about 40 minutes away. And it's just not feasible for me to get there all the time. You know, maybe
Yeah.
once in a while I'll go and grab some books, but I can't get there, you know, every week. And this way I can just pick and choose which ones I want. It's all stored, you know, nicely on my phone, easy to navigate through it, and like that. So I think you tried the digital comics. So what's your feeling on the whole deal?
Well, I don't have a smartphone or any of that fancy schmancy stuff, so I just read on my computer. I mean, it's nice. But usually I like to read right before I go to sleep, and I can't sit at the computer and do that. But
So I can do that on my phone, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're lucky, jerk. I mean, if you have a tablet, I mean, you're set. Forget it. I mean,
Tablet's
you're good.
probably way awesome. That's probably
Yeah.
really nice.
It's probably what they were thinking when they did it. And I
Do you
mean,
feel like it hurts the experience by not reading the actual comic?
a
Book?
little. I think it. Well, I mean, it hurts the experience a little bit in that regard. I mean, there's no ads, which is nice, but
Right.
I don't know. I think I just like having stuff.
Yeah, see, I'm like the opposite. I want like nothing.
Yeah, that's why it
I
took
want
me
to
like.
take everything I have in like a box and be able to go anywhere.
Yeah, that's why it took me like 3 weeks to finish moving.
Right. All right. So the comics that I read were Detective Comics #1, Action Comics #1. That's the Batman and the Superman for Action Comics. Green Arrow #1, Green Lantern #1, and Justice League #1. So why don't you whatever I don't know whichever one you read, we'll start jumping into it.
Well, let's go alphabetically.
Sure.
Action Comics #1.
All right. I don't remember anything about it, but if you refresh my memory, I'll be able to talk about
Okay.
it.
This one's on Superman.
Yes.
And basically, it starts with I guess Superman takes down some rich guy. Like, it seems like they're turning him into some populist superhero who's fighting for the poor and downtrodden. I feel like I'm reading Red Sun.
Well, first of all, he's like they definitely made him more Batman-esque, I guess you'd say. He's a little darker.
Well, he's a little bit. He reminds me, honestly, me a little bit of one of the Crazy Robins. Like,
he looks like him. Yeah.
He's a young dude. He's bouncing around. He's taunting the enemy, and he's basically. I mean, what's funny is he's kind of doing whatever he wants, regardless of. He's not like. He's not the super goody two shoes Superman that we know. He reminds me a little bit more of the Superboy from the clone.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
He looks
why?
like him too. He's smaller.
He's younger.
Younger. He's smaller. This is written by Grant Morrison, by the way. I should mention that.
Oh yeah.
He changed his costume. He no longer has the red underwear.
He's wearing jeans.
The red underoos are gone. He has like blue pants. And this one he's wearing jeans the whole time.
Yeah.
So he's definitely a more edgier Superman. I don't know how I feel about that. I'm gonna try to read a few more issues to see how I feel about it. So what happens in this issue?
First, one important thing is that basically it starts out. I mean, he's only been living in Metropolis for a little while, and so he's basically new in town.
You don't really know much about him.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't even work for the Daily Planet yet. He's just a reporter. He writes articles for some tiny little magazine.
Right.
Well, I guess I'm getting ahead of myself. It starts out with him.
Cool, man, because it's much more fresh this way to be like, oh, no one knows who he is or what he is, and they're kind of afraid of him at the same time.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is that his eyes glow now. When he's doing something powerful, his eyes glow creepily. Like. Yeah. He just runs into a place and he picks up some rich guy, and he's trying to scare him into doing he's basically trying to scare him into confessing stuff, he basically forces him to confess, like, that some of the crimes he committed. And, okay, the confession was totally made under duress. I mean, that's not going to hold up in court.
But he was a little more like edgier because he's like threatening the guy's life and stuff like that.
Yeah, and the cops and the police aren't taking well to him. They're basically pulling a Batman, getting angry at him, trying to cuff him and stuff.
And we got Luther is involved. He's working for the government or something.
Yeah, they're trying to capture Superman.
All right, so they basically hired Luther as a consultant because there's a Superman guy in Metropolis. I'm like, what the hell is this guy? We gotta capture him, whatever. And Luther's working with them to try to figure out how to do that. And we already see that he hates Superman.
Yeah.
Because he's more powerful and shit like that.
Well, what's funny, yeah. Well, it's also funny because at this point he can't fly yet. He's still pretty strong. He's bulletproof, but he's still not quite all the way there.
Right.
And the best part, okay, after he escapes from the police and everything, you see him go back to. He's basically living in a Peter Parker apartment. He's poor. He's just struggling to survive, working for a newspaper, and honestly, he looks like Harry Potter.
He's still doing the Clark Kent, like I'm an idiot type of deal, right?
Yeah, he is. He's just he's just a nice country boy.
He's not like falling over and stuff, like tripping and all that stuff, right?
No.
That's what some of the versions is like. He's a complete bumbling fool.
No, he's not that bad. But
he's like a normal dude.
He's a poor dude who can barely afford his apartment, who looks like Harry Potter, and his super hearing is insane. I mean, it's crazy now.
What's Lois doing in there? She's in Jimmy Olsen's in this one too. What are they doing?
Jimmy Olsen. Gosh, he looks like the pirate with one eye from Pirates of the Caribbean. And he and she are working at the Daily Planet, and he's actually. It's funny. He was supposed to be a bit. I always thought he was a bit younger than Clark, but he doesn't look that much younger here.
Does Lois know Clark or Superman or anything?
I think she hasn't quite met him that much, but he's Jimmy Olsen's best friend, and he works for a rival newspaper, Planet.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's Jimmy Olsen's best friend. She knows Jimmy Olsen.
For 6 months, quote unquote.
And they work at different newspapers.
Yeah.
All right. So I thought it was cool. Like out of the 5 that I read, I thought this was one of the better ones. Just because it's like a fresher take on Superman. We'll have to see like where we go with the character. They're always trying to make Superman like Batman, make him more badass and get rid of his underwear and all that. I don't know. I kind of always liked the Boy Scout Superman. I always felt like there was a certain badassness about that.
Well,
that he was like so pure.
Yeah.
In such a terrible world and stuff.
But that at least this one man has. I mean, he's super not because he's super strong and stuff. He's super because he sticks to his principles, and he's
from another planet, but he sees the best in humans and humanity. And I don't know. So we'll have to see where this goes. But again, I thought it was pretty entertaining and good.
Oh yeah, I'm eagerly awaiting number 2.
All right, so what do we got next?
Alphabetically, that would be Batman.
I did not read Batman, so you want to go into that? Go ahead.
All right. Well, I won't say much.
Want to start with Detective?
You want to do Detective? I didn't read Detective, but
oh, you didn't. All right, I'll do it quick.
I read Batman instead.
Detective was like a typical Batman story. It was a Detective Comics #1. It involved the Joker. And it was the same kind of thing as the Superman, where the cops were after him. They didn't really know what he was or anything about him. Jim Gordon, he knows him, but he just kind of like just met him. So they're having their meetings, and it felt like a Batman Year One old school origins thing that we've seen like a lot of the time before. It involved the Joker, and it was unclear if like Batman and Joker had ever fought before. I don't think they do. Or they did, but the story's basically like Batman is after the Joker's killing everyone, doing his crazy Joker stuff. Batman eventually captures Joker, he brings him to Arkham, and then we find out that Joker wanted to go to Arkham.
Oh, lovely.
Which is the same storyline as the game, Arkham whatever.
Arkham Asylum.
Arkham Asylum. It's the same exact story. So Joker wanted to be captured, what we find out. Batman drops him off. And he wanted to be captured because there's this doctor that works at Arkham. And what happens is this doctor operates on Joker. And the last page of the book is Joker's face like his skin was peeled off, and you see like the Joker skin like on the floor. So I guess they're teasing that he has like a whole new face or like a whole new look now.
Oh, weird.
It's really weird, man. But like, why would he want to change his face? I don't know. He's gonna be like, I guess, yeah. I guess the tease is that there's gonna be like a new looking Joker for them going forward. So I thought it was okay. That was a solid book. It wasn't anything that we really haven't seen before. But at the same time, it was pretty cool and entertaining. Whatever, good art and stuff. So that's that. What happens in Batman?
In Batman #1, well, it starts off. It's kind of fun. It starts off with basically Mr. Freeze. I don't even know who this guy is. It looks like some dude with a pillowcase on his head. Scarecrow, Two-Face. What?
Is it Mr. Freeze?
Well, no, someone next to him. There's someone else. And then Two-Face, some random thugs, some of Riddler's thugs, and Clayface, and what is it, Killer Croc? What's that guy?
Yeah, Killer Croc.
Yeah, all of them fighting Batman. Like, they just cut to this big, crazy fight.
That's how it starts?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and then, just, oh, look, I'm going to meet with Gordon, and we're going to show off the Bat Cave with all of my crazy Bat cars, and the Batmobile, and the other Batmobile, and the Bat Cycle, and the Bat Tyrannosaurus Rex, I kid you not.
They have that back.
Yeah. In this one, they're basically just showing off a little bit of, like, some of the crazy technology that Bruce has. I think, they've already got 3 Robins in the room at the same time, which is pretty funny.
Was it Damian?
Tim Drake and Richard Grayson.
Is he Nightwing?
Yeah.
See, it's like really odd. Like like where's the reboot here?
Yeah, it's really not. I'm like, who are these people? I thought that was kind of the point.
Right.
But yeah, so they're showing they have this whole thing cutting between a big fancy gala and some killing, saying they're going to kill Bruce Wayne. It felt really short, actually. Like, it starts off with the fight, which goes on for a couple pages, and then it just moves on to, oh, look, I'm Bruce Wayne, I'm socializing, and then I'm Batman, I'm the greatest detective. I'm going to figure out what's going on here, and the police are kind of incompetent and look like a thug. Right. And yeah,
it's the same deal though. Like the cops are after him.
Oh, a bit, yeah. Although I don't know, this particular, and I guess this guy might be a private eye, but yeah, the cops weren't really involved in this one. It just felt really short. There's one short meeting with the commissioner, but that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what happens. There's a meeting. Mm-hmm. And that's it.
No,
that's the whole time.
It just didn't seem like there was. It was good, but there just wasn't that much going. I don't know. I just don't feel like there was that much going on.
Setting the table for the future.
Yeah, definitely. There's a pretty big thing at the end that's just like, oh, okay, that's important.
There's also the Dark Knight #1, I believe, too. So it's like there's 3 #1 Batmans. It's kind of overkill, I think, a little bit.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. You can't really have a lot happen in one if the if the storyline's not progressed in the others. So I don't know. We'll have to see where it goes. I don't know what else to say.
A little overkill on the
I'd rather it be like one Batman comic. I know that this will never happen because this is how they make their money and whatever, but...
Well, not to mention that he's in, like, 3 other comics, too.
Right. Oh, yeah. Well, it'd be cool if there's, like, one Batman and we're going to focus on it. And I would almost rather see them go and, like, here's the reboot and we're going to retell their origins and stuff like that. This is just kind of like... We're back.
Yeah.
Back a couple years before the last time you saw us.
But, you remember all that stuff that happened? It didn't.
All right, so what's next? What else did you read?
Green Arrow?
I read Green Arrow as well. I will not read Green Arrow 2. This is my least favorite of the selection that I read. He just made him so generic, dude.
Yeah, he's just like, hey, I've got gadgets. I mean, one of the characters is practically Oracle. Who's another...
Yeah, he's so generic. He's basically like, I'm a millionaire that works for this company, or I own my own company, but really I'm a superhero at night, and then some people that in the company know that I do this, and they help me with build me technology, and one of them tells me stuff over the computer.
Yeah.
And like even the way he looks like He like wears sunglasses indoors. He's got like a stupid haircut. Until he just destroyed the character. The way I felt about it.
Yeah, I mean, there was so much crazy stuff with him and Green Lantern in the '60s, and all that character's gone. No, he doesn't exist. Forget it. He's gone.
And the arrows were lame. Like he used to have cool. Like I was a big Green Arrow fan. I'm not just talking here. I have the run that Kevin Smith started. I have like the first 100 issues or something like that sitting right next to me in a box actually. So I'm a big Green Arrow fan. But yeah, his arrows are stupid. Like he used to have cool like exploding stuff. Now it's like he shoots you and you turn to ice instantly. Like what?
The guy was in the water, dude.
But still though, like all the arrows were just silly, dude. It was like comical, you know.
Well, they used to have boxing glove arrows.
Yeah, like the 70s or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. There was always joke arrows, but these were like his main. Like every arrow he had, like he didn't have like one normal arrow.
Well, he had one, I think.
I don't know. It was just very generic. He's what? I don't even remember what happens. He's like researching something or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. He's just traipsing around, and he's supposed to be working at the company, but the guy who's he's on the board, but the guy who's the CEO now is mad because he's never at the meetings. He's like he's teleconferencing in a meeting while he's hiding on a roof somewhere.
It's like Batman Begins, basically, is the character.
Yeah.
Same exact character.
Yeah.
Green Arrow was so cool. He had like such an edge to him, you know, with the hood.
And he wasn't
like
a perfect guy either. He messed up a lot.
He was supposed to be Robin Hood. Like he was a dude that stood up for the lower class people, and he fought corporations and stuff, and did what was necessary. Now he's just so generic. Do you have anything else to add about Green Arrow?
I miss the old Green Arrow.
Okay, I will not be reading the rest of Green Arrow. What do you got? All right, we guys had to take a quick break. John had to use the bathroom.
Sorry, I drank too much water and had soup.
You're eating and drinking while we're doing this?
No, immediately before. I ate and drank at I finished eating at like 7:20.
People expect a professional broadcast, and this is what you do. Your chicken noodle soup, multiple Dos Equis beers.
Hey, I specifically didn't drink before we did the podcast, all right?
I don't know what happened, but you're okay now?
Yes.
Did you have to use the plunger? Did it go down? Is everything okay?
There were a few rats, but after that we were cool. They drank most of it.
All right, so I think you were about to talk about Green Lantern.
Yes, my favorite comic from back in the day.
All right.
It's a little bit weird now.
I like it.
It's good, but I'm just reading it going, what?
I don't care what you say. I don't care what you say. I think it was good.
No, it's good, but they're starting it off at a dark time in Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern's life.
Right.
I mean, there was a time when he used to be a pilot, and there was a time when he couldn't get a job because of some thing he did or some error or something.
There was a dark time when there was a movie with Ryan Reynolds released in his name. That was a dark time for the Green Lantern.
Yeah. I mean, they're skipping an entire... They're taunting you with this. I mean, Jeff Johns is taunting you with this by basically saying, oh, by the way, something crazy happened to A, cause Hal Jordan to lose the ring, and B, to cause it to go to somebody else. And that somebody else, it just blows my mind.
So I guess they're saying that the Blackest Night actually did happen, though, in this universe.
I guess. Either
That's what I read. There's a timeline, I guess, DC put out where, like, certain events still matter or still happened, even though it's like a soft reboot. But I really like this Green Lantern direction because it's like it totally took it and just flipped it on its head, you know? So you have Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, he's no longer the Green Lantern, he's been stripped of the ring. The ring leaves him, we don't know why, and it picks its successor, happens to be Sinestro. Craziness.
It's ridiculous. Like, why? It would have to be insane for it to go to him.
It's it's an interesting storyline, and I like how he's kind of like at odds with it too. He's like, why, first of all, the Guardians are like, why the hell did it choose him? They're trying to figure it out, and even him, he's having some like inner turmoil of like, why am I the chosen guy,
Yeah, and
so they kind of like.
Oh, sorry.
There's some good emotional stuff going on with all the characters.
Well, not to mention one other thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ganthet, basically Ganthet's a Green Lantern he's the blue dude with the ponytail. He's always been a little bit different from the other ones. He's had more of a heart. He's been basically, of all the Guardians who are usually jerks, he's the least of a jerk.
He's the hippie.
Hmm?
He's the hippie.
Yeah, he's the hippie one. I mean, he even has a green hair tie in his white hair. I mean, I think that's a nice touch.
Yes.
But something happens with him. We don't even know what. I mean, this is basically something that this comic does a beautiful job of making you want to see what's happening next.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting, and there wasn't like a lot of fighting and shit like that, but it had some good emotional content, and like Hal Jordan, where he's no longer the Green Lantern, and now he's like a bum. Yeah.
I mean, no one will hire him because it's too expensive to insure planes if he flies them.
He has no job skills. He's got
no personal skills.
No personal skills. He's just relied on this ring to like fly around, and now he's got nothing. So he's got to try to get his act together, and I'm sure he'll be Green Lantern again, probably like by issue 5.
Do you think that much farther back?
He's gonna get the ring back very soon. Don't worry.
You say so.
Well, he's got to. No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, I think he'll get it back faster than 5.
Okay. All right. Well, within a couple. You also read Green Lantern Corps?
Yeah.
One? All right. So why don't you talk? I didn't see that one. So why don't you explain it?
Green Lantern Corps. Well, this is interesting because they're, for some reason. Oh, first of all, Green Lantern. There's originally old universe 1 Green Lantern per sector. That was it.
Yes.
Now there's 2.
Are all those guys like Guy Gardner in there and Jon Stewart?
Guy Gardner and Jon Stewart. But this, I really liked this. Because they really showed them as being more. They showed them as being people. Because the difference between these two and Hal Jordan is Hal Jordan wore a mask the whole time. Nobody knew he was Green Lantern except for people who were really close to him and maybe some villains. But Jon Stewart and Guy Gardner. I mean, Guy Gardner is never going to wear a mask. It's just not his style. And Jon Stewart, I guess, doesn't think it was necessary. And you get to see them go through their daily lives a bit. They show a little bit of like, oh no, something bad's happening here, blah blah blah. They show Guy Gardner trying to get a job as a football coach. They show.
Wait, he doesn't either.
What?
He doesn't have a ring either.
Oh, he has a ring, but
he still wants a job.
Yeah, he needs a job. The government's not going to pay him.
Why does he just Can he make green food? They can eat ecto coolers
and a greenhouse, and I guess but he needs somewhere to live. He needs property, man.
I didn't know they had day jobs.
Oh yeah, Jon Stewart. Well, Jon Stewart used to be, I think, a Marine sniper.
Well, I guess Superman has a day job, so
yeah.
Guy Gardner definitely should have one then.
Well, yeah. I mean, Guy Gardner's he's a jock, very egotistical jock, and that's what I loved about this book because it really you got to see who these people were as people. And Jon Stewart, I mean, he's an architect, and that's always been apparent in the way that he makes his constructs and whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty funny just trying to see these people have normal lives despite it all. It's
kind of I like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Humanize them. What we should do is actually say like if you're going to continue reading the series.
Yeah. Okay. Well. Yeah. Do you want to run?
We should have thought about this beforehand.
No, dude. No. We totally were planning on doing a quick run through once we got through the last of the comics.
All right. So why don't we keep talking about the comics and then we'll go back and see which ones we'll keep reading next. Okay. So what's next?
Is Justice League.
I read that I read that too. I thought it was really good. It's got art by Jim Lee.
Jeff Johns wrote it.
Johns wrote it. Jim Lee, of course, big part of my childhood with the X-Men series back in '91. Awesome, guy's great. And this is the only one that's actually like an origin.
Well, I mean they're showing. Well, first of all, Hal Jordan at this point in time is the Green Lantern.
Right.
So that's just confusing.
This is in the past. This is before all the other stuff, all the other books.
Yeah,
yes.
They went back. So this one's actually pretty legit. It still annoys me though that every time Hal Jordan meets anybody, he has to be shown to be a moron. But I did like the book.
Yeah, it starts off with Batman meeting the Green Lantern, and then Batman kind of gets over on Green Lantern like quite a bit. And this is exactly what they did in All-Star Batman. All-Star Batman and Robin by Frank Miller. Same exact thing where Robin steals the ring from Hal, and Hal's like, oh, the same exact thing happened where Batman stole the ring from Hal in this.
Yeah.
He doesn't realize the ring's gone or whatever, and I don't know why they do that.
That would not happen. I mean, maybe
Batman, Superman get over on everybody in DC. It's just how it is.
Despite the fact that, yeah, well, I mean, Hal Jordan. I mean, it would be a lot easier to say that Hal Jordan's super powerful if there weren't another like 700 to 3,000 Green Lanterns running around.
Right.
It's like you mass produce these things. What? You're really not that special, guy.
It's true. So yeah, it started with Batman meets Batman's fighting who was he fighting? Some dude, right?
Batman's fighting just some weird freaky looking dude.
He's fighting some weird freaky
Aliens.
guy. The cops are also after Batman while he's fighting this dude. Green Lantern shows up. He meets Batman for the first time. They decide to this monster, this creature escapes. They decide to follow the creature, and they wind up following him to Metropolis of all places.
Mm-hmm.
And Green Lantern and Batman are already like a team, like a tag team. And I guess the creature's fighting Superman in like a cave. And then Green Lantern's like, oh, I'm gonna go in there and see what's going on. And then the last page is Green Lantern being thrown out of the cave, completely beaten up, like Superman beat the hell out of him. So like I said, Batman and Superman in DC, they get over on everybody. I mean, it's just how it is, man.
Yeah,
it's not even like a disgrace, really. It's just how it goes.
Sigh.
But it's funny because this is the reboot of DC, and the knock on DC is that they only have two characters. Is what everyone always says. It's all about Batman and Superman.
No one else is relevant.
Right, and then they kind of spend the first Justice League issue showing that they're better than Hal.
Which is really annoying because honestly, Hal should do pretty well against them, especially since Batman doesn't know about the weaknesses the Ring has yet. Assuming it still has the weakness, they don't make that clear.
I don't know, dude. Well, they said that he researched him before. He knew about him. He never met him, but he's researched him.
Oh, that's how he's Batman.
And now they're kind of teasing that Batman and Superman are going to fight in the next issue.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, it's a reboot at the same time. Is it? I mean, it seems kind of like we're just kind of back to where we were in a lot of ways, or a lot of the issues seem like origin stories that we've seen before. At the same time, I think it's fresher than what they had going.
Yeah.
And a lot of these are pretty entertaining.
Well, plus people they killed can be not dead now.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. I mean, there's so many things they can do going back a little bit. I think it was a good decision.
Well, just think how many times that now the Martian Manhunter can find out he's not the only Martian left alive anymore. Again.
So what are your thoughts on the reboot in general? Think it was a good idea? Are you more excited to read stuff or?
Well, I was getting kind of overwhelmed towards the end of the whole Brightest Day thing, just trying to get the comics.
Right.
But
yeah, the downloading is definitely a step in the right direction now. A lot of people don't even have access to comic stores.
Yeah, well, what bugs me is I've got comic stores near me.
Right.
But they close at 6 o'clock, 4 days, almost every day. 7 o'clock, maybe once or twice once during the week. They're open on the weekends, but on the weekends I got too much other stuff to do. If I want to get comics, I have to plan my entire week around it.
Right.
And
if you have if anyone has a comic store, I would definitely go there first because you have to support your local businesses, your local comic stores, definitely. But a lot of people don't have stores near them anymore. I mean, this isn't. I remember probably 15 years ago, and more. There were so many stores. There's multiple stores in every town in my area.
Yeah.
Now there's one store about 40 minutes away.
It's an hour for me to get there.
Yeah, I just can't get there as often as I'd like, so the downloading is way cool.
Yeah.
I think it was a great idea, same day as publication.
What bugs me is you miss one day. This is what happened to me with Brightest Day. I had been collecting every single issue. I hadn't bought comics that voraciously ever.
Right.
I decided they're focusing on Green Lantern, my favorite character. I'm going to buy every single stupid Blackest Night and Brightest Day issue that comes out. I ended up missing maybe 1 week or 1 week. I went on vacation, came back. I was playing catch up for the rest of the summer. I barely managed to get all of Blackest Night. I've got half of Brightest Day, so it's just if you miss a week, it's hard to get to catch up on it. I mean, you can go back, get back issues. You can ask the guy, "Hey, are you going to get number 50?" Blah blah blah.
They don't know.
No, it's unfortunate. I mean, and some comic stores will let you, say, "Please pull one of each of these for me, but it doesn't always work.
Yeah, what I was doing was like I would let an entire series run like come out. For instance, like Blackest Night. I wasn't buying them; they were coming out. I waited till the whole thing was already out, then I bought it in bulk on eBay, like the whole run. Like, that's what I would have to do, and that kind of sucked. And then it's like I wanted this digital comics thing for a long time, and Marvel has a service that's similar. I tried it probably 6 months ago because I thought it was like this. I thought it was gonna be all the new comics, but it's all old stuff. So I had it for like a month and I canceled it because it was all stuff that was from like the 90s and the stuff I didn't want. And now DC's doing this, so it's easy for me just to, on Wednesday when I have free time, finally I can just look through the phone and get the issues I want. It's definitely like a blessing and a cool thing. Wonder if Marvel's gonna do something like this to try to I don't even know what's going on in Marvel, dude. I gave up on them a while ago. But
I mean, I just buy trade paperbacks every now and then.
well, if they were to do something like this, I might try to read some of the Marvel comics again. Totally out of the loop on them.
Yeah, I mean, I've got like a trade paperback of, gosh, when was this even printed? I'm checking the inside cover now. I got the most recent thing I read was X-Men Second Coming, and that was just like, oh gosh, it doesn't even say when it was printed. It just lists them.
So why don't we go down the list, like out of the books you read? Why don't you say if you're going to continue reading them or not?
Okay. The ones I read, Action Comics. Yeah, I'll read that. The new Superman guy is pretty interesting.
I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to keep with Action Comics. I will get number 2.
Honestly, yeah. Batman. Honestly, I don't know. It's Batman, but I think they're going a little Batman crazy right now because they've got the movies going and they're overdoing it.
Yeah, I think Detective Comics. I'm going to give it like 5 issues. If I really just don't want it anymore, I'll stop. I wasn't like incredibly thrilled with it. It wasn't bad though, so I'm going to continue up to like issue 5, and I'll just see if I want to keep going at that point. Green Arrow, definitely not.
I mean, unless they turn it around really quickly. No, I probably won't get it unless someone gives me a summary of the next few issues and they're incredible.
Yeah, maybe I'm sure there'll be some guy that sends me a message all mad how it's going to be great or whatever, but we'll have to see. Right now, definitely not.
Yeah.
Green Lantern, I'm going to stick with it. I liked it.
Oh, definitely.
I like where they're going with that. How about the core for you?
Core, I'll probably stick with the core. I mean, I like Guy Gardner and Jon Stewart as characters. They're pretty cool. I just want to see where it goes. I mean, and plus Kilowog is fun, and I don't even know if Tomar Ray or whatever his son's name are going to be around, because that'd be pretty cool. And some of the other, and Sornik, Natsus, I mean, a lot of the Lanterns are pretty cool people.
And then Justice League, I'm definitely going to stick with. That was good. Got the great Jim Lee art. Who knows how long he's going to stay around, though.
I can't wait to see Aquaman.
Yeah.
That's going to be funny.
One thing we should say about the new DC Universe, they combined Wildstorm and Vertigo, the other, which were owned by DC, like they were all combined.
Oh, really?
So like it's one universe now, and like the setup for this new universe was a Flash storyline.
Flashpoint.
Yeah, Flashpoint. He saw like the universe where everything was combined, and that's like where we are now, I guess.
Well, it's interesting looking at it now though, because I'm looking at their their Vertigo titles, and it's pretty funny because I'm just looking through, seeing that they've got things like Preacher, and
I guess it's all part of the DCU now.
Yeah, Preacher, Why the Last Man, which is so good. Wait, it's actually legitimately part of the DCU now?
I believe so.
Oh gosh,
should have done more research on this, but
that could go poorly.
I figured out.
Trying to mix, I just can't imagine mixing Fables. You can't put Why the Last Man in there though. That doesn't make any effing sense.
And then Wildstorm is all Jim Lee stuff, like all the stuff he made. So
either way, go read Why the Last Man. It's great.
Okay. So that's it for the new DCU. I think what we'll do is like it'll probably be a segment on the show going forward. If we read something that week, it'll probably be a quick segment. So I think what we've kind of done the last 2 shows, the debut show and this show, is we kind of set the table. Last week we said all the games that we're probably going to be talking about. This week we went through all the comics. We're all caught up with the comics. And there'll probably be like a game segment on the show. There'll probably be a quick comic segment on the show. And what I'm hoping for next week is we got our first guest in here.
Oh,
I haven't
yes.
decided who it's going to be yet. I'm trying to figure out, find a nice guest for us. So I think it's going good. We'll be like an hour and a half today again.
About an hour 15.
It is what it is. You know, these are the early shows, so I've got a lot to say. Do you have anything to add about what you want to do going forward or anything?
I like the idea of doing those segments. Maybe if we could see something interesting in the news or online or something that we want to talk about or just bring attention to. I think that'd be pretty cool, especially if it's funny.
You know, now like on Tuesday, I'm picking up probably first of all, I'm picking up The Lion King on Blu-ray. I saw Lion King 3D in the movie. I'm gonna hold off on my thoughts till next week. I'll do it all in one.
Okay.
So I'm a big Lion King fan. I don't know if people know this. I'm a big time Lion King fan. So we'll talk about that. I'm probably picking up NBA 2K12. I think comes out, and Dark Souls comes out.
Oh gosh, already.
So I'm sure I'll have a lot to say. I don't know what you're up to. Probably some pornography or something that you want to speak about.
No, I mean I'm not going to be able to. I haven't been doing. I've had time to play nothing. The only thing I've had time to play is Final Fantasy IV on my DS. I've been just making stupid candles for like the longest time. Once we hit October 14th, and that weekend's done, I will have infinitely more free time, and I can probably play a little bit more. Finally finished Arkham Asylum.
I also want to get into like doing TV stuff because I've been watching the new season of Archer is out. I don't know if you saw. There's two episodes.
Season 2 or 3?
I'm sorry, season 3.
Oh, nice.
There's 2 episodes I already saw, and The Office is another show I really like that started up.
Oh yeah, with
I think the third episode of Archer's on tonight. By the way.
Oh man, makes me wish I had television. I still haven't finished season 2.
Last night because this is going up on Friday. So.
I haven't finished season 2 yet, so.
You're way behind, man. You gotta start watching this stuff so we can talk about it.
Yeah, okay. I've been watching Kenichi.
So we got a couple of things. I want to get a guest on next week too. So we got a lot of things going on. It's a big plate, man. Everyone's gonna eat. Everyone's getting stuffed.
Delicious.
So I think that's it for the show tonight. In summation, new DCU's got some good stuff, got some bad stuff.
Yeah.
Mostly entertaining stuff. X-Men Destiny's upsettingly sad game.
You're bad at Donkey Kong Country 2.
Mutants took our jobs. Diana Country 2, I suck. And Jonah Hill will be playing OJ in the movie.
Just wait for it.
This is what we've learned today.
Yes.
So, helping humanity one day at a time. John Rambo presents the best in free and optional entertainment. Thank you. Goodbye.
Goodbye.